Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. If you're new here, my name is Penny and I am so glad to have you. This is week 9 of my garden tour. I can't believe it's been 9 weeks since I started doing these. So today we're just going to take a peek at some things that have really progressed along, and I am thrilled. I have to tell you, we had rain this morning, so it's late in the day before I'm getting out to do this, but I was so excited for that rain. I had already planned on going outside and doing some work, so I went ahead, and it did start raining on me while I was out there, but like a crazy gardener, I just kept going. But anyway, I got some work done, and I am just so thrilled that I don't have to water. Although I decided that maybe how you get a good rain is to water your garden very deeply the night before. Oh well, that's okay. I'm not going to complain. I'm still very blessed. I know there are some areas out there that have not gotten rain, and I am so sorry. I hope that you will get rain soon. Behind me, you see our front garden bed with our covered boxes and our raspberries. They're all doing very well. Let me show you what these cabbages look like now. Let me open it up so you can see. They are doing well. This one is going to be a little head, which it normally is, but I kind of wish it were further along. That one is kind of small too, but they're getting there. They like that rain, I'm sure. You can see raspberries. Oh, there's some right there. You guys, I have to eat this one. It looks perfect. Oh, it was so soft it didn't all come off together. Oh man, I wish you could taste these. They are so sweet. We got lots going on down here and over there. So before too long, I might be able to put up some raspberries. I did want to show you that I got more mulch moved here around the apple trees. And these comfreys are very happy. This is a melon. It's a small cantaloupe that is resistant to squash bugs and squash vine borers, and it's doing great. Look at all the little yellow blooms. This is where we put our new raspberries so they can grow along this fence, and next year they will probably extend on the other side of the fence. At least that's our goal. I also got mulch moved to around our porch. Look at these flowers. And the calendulas are doing great. I just keep coming out here and I pop off the tops, and I've been taking them inside to lay them on a tray to just start drying. And because I'm taking them off, they are wanting to produce more and more. Look at all of these flowers that are going to open up. They're crazy. I have one spot left that I want to put mulch around, and that's this old tractor that sits in our front yard. So hopefully next week I'll get to that, and then we'll be done with mulch here in the front. Being done with the mulch in the front means all of this mulch will have to go down the hill and be used in the back, which it's okay. I'd rather take the mulch down the hill than up the hill. Today I actually took a load down. It wasn't bad at all. I wanted to show you when I shovel mulch. I don't use a shovel. I use a fork like this, and it works so much better. The little tines just go right into that mulch and picks it up, and you get a big load of it. And I know my husband has helped me, and he'll use a shovel, and it's just hard to get that shovel in between all those little bitty pieces of wood, and you have to kind of work at it. This is your best friend if you are moving mulch. I wanted to show you these flowers and herbs on my porch. These snapdragons are just blooming beautifully, and I've got some zinnias right behind them that are getting ready to bloom. And these herbs are doing great. I am so pleased with this rosemary. It just keeps growing. This is catnip. I've never grown it before. This one is purple basil. We've got some thyme and some sage. And then down here we have some lavender and it's got a lot of new growth on it. I think I need to clip some of these off. I just love looking out the window at these. So like I said, I came out last night and I deeply watered a lot of items, and then it rained this morning. So I cannot believe the growth that I am seeing in some of these plants. Let me show you these tomatoes. Look how tall they are. They're more than halfway up that string. And we have some baby tomatoes going on. We've got lots of these. This one's really tall. I strung this one up yesterday, and I had the string at the top. And this is all new. All of this is new since I strung these up last night while I was watering them. You see little tomatoes. Uh-oh, I also see a Japanese beetle. You can just get off of there, dude. Oh, I didn't get him grabbed. I'll have to look for him later. This one has several. Oh, this one's even bigger. So this is my garlic in front of my tomatoes, and some of them got stepped on by some 3-year-olds' yellow boots. And so I need to get out here and pull them all. I did pull the ones out of the food forest and got them braided and hung to dry, but I need to pull the rest of them. I had planted an echinacea here and rabbits kept eating it. So I planted another one, and I just pulled out the leftover part of the roll of chicken wire and just stuck it around it for now, and then I will just take it out when it gets bigger. Everything's looking good. Here's my pineapple tomatoes and my Paul Robeson. Although, right here, I had a tomato. There's no evidence of a tomato or a tomato being pulled up, but it is completely gone. I have no idea. If you see a wandering tomato plant out there, it's probably mine. I gave the birds a special treat today. I cut some comfrey and tied it up, and they have been pecking on it and jumping at it, and they are really having fun. So the reason I give them comfrey is it is high in protein and low in fiber. I had bought some kefir, I'm not sure how to say it. I know different people say it different ways, but I had bought some from Azure Standard last month, and I had some that was getting really close to the end date, and I had ordered more for this month. So I read to see if chickens can have kefir, and apparently it's great for them. So my husband gave them some the other day, and I asked him that morning, I said, how did they respond when you put it out? And he said, well, I think they liked it. And just like a little bit after that, he came out and got the pan and brought it into me. And he goes, I think they liked it. I was like, how can a chicken lick a pan so clean? That's weird. So I thought I would give them some more today while I'm with you. Let's see what they do. Okay, let's see what happens. Good thick stuff. Oh, yes, I would say they love it. And it's such a nice cold treat on a hot day. It's not that hot today, but it's a nice thing to remember. Look at their little beaks. They got milk mustaches. Got kefir? How fun. We'll check back later and see how they did. Today we're going to look from the perimeter of the food forest instead of going inside and see what we can see. Look at these cherry tomatoes. They're going to town. And the peppers, oh my word. Oh no, my zinnia got knocked down in that storm. Darn it, I'll have to see if I can rescue it. These peppers are getting huge. Like I said, seriously, they have probably grown 3 inches since I watered last night. And they all have little blooms on them. I have struggled with peppers in the past. I think I told you that, but I have never had blooms this early. Usually I have lots of tomatoes before I have anything on my pepper plants. So I am super excited. Look at that thing, it's huge. And my pretty zinnias. This is my Anise Hyssop, and it is so tall. It's about 4 foot tall. I'm going to cut some of that back and dry it to use at a later time. Lots of flowers. And the green beans are getting big. I need to clip all of these calendula here. More peppers. This parsley is doing great. I thought that by now all of this 90-degree heat would be killing it, but it's not. More peppers. Oh, look at that dill plant. And another pepper. This is another Anise Hyssop that I just started this year. This cinnamon basil is going to go to seed. Look at this okra. Let me get around here. When I watered this stuff yesterday, all I could see was leaves. There were no stems. Look at that. They grew, I am serious, 4 inches overnight. I love this plant. This is yarrow, and it has medicinal value also. Okay, here is more okra. This one, well, all of these, I was out here in the rain, and we have this creeping Charlie right here that creeps all in there, and I was pulling it all out and throwing it. You can see all the places I was throwing it. And I looked up and I could not believe my eyes. These okra are getting so big just overnight. Figs are coming along, really filling in. The raspberries are getting more and more. Look at all of those. Oh my word, this is awesome. They're starting to get a little pink, a little blush on them. I need to put these in and around my wires to help support them before they get too long. That one's got new blooms, so it's getting even more. This one's pretty full. And then there is the ever-growing, ever-beautiful comfrey. I wanted to show you how big my sunflower is now. There we go. It went over my head. And all the mulberry bushes behind me have no more mulberries. I think this one is the Autumn Beauty, which is orange instead of yellow. We'll have to wait and see because it was a volunteer. It just came up on its own. Hi, bunnies. How you doing down there, guys and gals? I need to get them sexed and put them up for sale. So I'll be doing that maybe tonight. We've got some good corn going. Some of the other corns that were not looking very good are looking better. And I did plant new ones, and I was in there this morning and saw the new growth. So maybe we'll have more soon. The potatoes got watered and they're greening up. They were pretty yellow. They needed some water. The sweet potatoes are doing great. They've got lots of new growth on them. And it's nice that they're right here by the bunnies because the bunnies love the sweet potato leaves. Our cucumbers are going well. One of them's a little smaller, a little far behind, but we had to replant that one, so it'll do fine. We'll look at these green beans first before we look at the squash. Because those squash, oh you guys, I am so excited. The last 2 years, I did not have squash because the bugs just took them away from me. These plants are amazing, and I'm just so happy. Let me show you why. Look at these Blue Hubbard. This one decided to grow into the green beans, so I folded it back over the fence to get it to go back down. And there's another one right here that went through the fence also. So I'm gonna have to deal with it when the time comes. I see no sign of bugs so far, which is amazing. And maybe I shouldn't be saying those words, but it is amazing. Then look at this. Let me just walk down here and show them all to you. Now, I was looking at these last night when I was watering them, and I told you that I bought varieties that are squash vine borer resistant. I saw some things that looked like vine borer. See the lines on the stems? I feel like a vine borer was there, but it didn't do anything. I'm not sure how it is resistant, how that works, but I'm pretty amazed. Let me just say that. Here's another one. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, which ones are those? Here's the problem, guys. I don't know. I won't know until I see them, because my box got wet and they all fell, and the little signs that I had in them, just the sun erased their names. So I don't know what they are. We'll see when they come out. But look at this one. It has these long arms going off. I am just so excited. I mean, seriously, I have not had squash for 2 years. These are amazing. This one is running all down here. All of these that I thought were going to be too small. This one is still pretty small, but that might just be the type of plant that it is, because this one is too. And like I said, I'm not real sure what these are, but see, all of the blooms are right here. So I guess it doesn't need the huge runners like the other ones have. Here's another one. Now I do know what this one is. Let me see if I put the right sign on. Oh, I did. Good. It's honey nut squash. And I know that because look, you guys, I've got little honey nut squashes and I'm so excited. There's some over here too. They're nice and firm, so I think they were pollinated well. And there are many more blooms going to be opening soon. So back behind me is where the peony bushes were, and Mark mowed them down. He left just a little bit up, and I wanted them down because I planted my artichokes in between those plants, and they needed to get some sunshine, which was my plan. I figured the peonies bloom in the spring, and then the artichokes can grow and give me fruit in the summer. So today, while it was raining, I got mulch down, I got black row cover over the artichoke plants. I didn't cover where the peonies go because I didn't want them to struggle getting through it next year. So let's see how they look. Okay, so this is where the peonies were. You can see their stems there. And here is the space in between this peony and that peony. And this is the first artichoke. Now this one is the smallest. And I think because it was so close to both of these huge peony bushes, it just got no sun. So I'm hoping now that they're gone and it's been watered well, it will get some sunshine and really perk up. Now up here are the other two. This one is a little bit better, but it too had big bushes on either side of it, not quite as close as that one was though. Then this one had a little bit more space in between because it had a bush over here and way over here. So it's looking much better. You can see the new growth coming up there. So I'm hoping, like I said, with the sunshine and no more shade, they will do great and really pick up the pace. This is the part of the yard that doesn't have any garden in it. So we could expand if we wanted to, but this is where the elderberry tree is. I don't know if you can see it there. See the white blooms on it? We've got several blooms, and it looks like some of them are turning to elderberries. Yes, Little teeny tiny elderberries. These are bigger up here. So before long, we'll be able to pick elderberries. This is the view from back here, so you can see how much space we still have before we get to our potato beds. And that's the furthest thing out. So we could really do a lot more in this space if we decided to keep expanding. We have expanded every year a little bit. So like that whole potato and corn space is new this year. We did have a tiny little bed of potatoes there in past years, but we've really expanded it. The front yard is also an expansion from last year. The strawberry bed is for this year. The compost piles are this year. And that's the way to do it, guys. It's just impossible to get a property and just go crazy with it and get everything done the way you want it. Hopefully this summer, we were waiting for some of this heat to break, is to replace the walls of the greenhouse right here. We'll keep the structure, we'll just replace the walls so that it looks nicer. Those plastic walls have just worn out. They were older when we moved in, and 3 years have passed and they're cracking, and we have to hold them up with boards, and it's just been a mess. So it really needs to be redone. So hopefully in the next few months that will happen. This blue bundle that you see under the deck are part of what we're going to use to redo the greenhouse. So you'll see what that is later. Well, I think that's it for today. I can't really think of anything else that is really different, but probably next week there'll be more. And I was going to ask you a favor. If you could push the like button, just tap the like button under this video on your phone or tablet, or if you're watching on the computer, if you could just use your mouse and your cursor and click on it, that would help me so much to grow my YouTube channel. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, blessings on you and yours.